Dumelang, Sanbonani, Molweni, Hijambo. I think by now it's crystal clear to everybody with a sound mind that the Western systems and policies that we have been using for years were never meant to work for us, so they have never worked for us, and they will never work for us. I'm talking about the constitutions that we are still using. Most African countries is either Westminster or French. The electoral system that we are using, they are not working for us. So we have to ask or command our leaders to go and talk to the people who gave us the systems that they are not working for us, and we have come up with the African solutions for African problems. And that might take some time. So in the meantime, there are low-hanging fruits that I think we can work on. The first one that comes to mind is that every government official who have got signatory powers to sign for taxpayers' money and all the policymakers, we should go and ask them to change the constitution and policies for us. The constitution should force them to use the facilities and services from their own countries only. Yes, I'm saying this because our government officials, from the prime minister to the directors, they are the weakest link when it comes to economic growth. Rather, they are the biggest or the worst leakage of our money because they use all the services outside the country. They use services from overseas, which are very costly. So if they know that they will have to use the services and institutions within the country, they will be mandated, they will be forced to make good policies, to build better institutions for us, better hospitals, better universities, better high schools. Everything can change as long as they are bound by the law to use the services. Because at the moment, they are making the policies that they don't use. They know they can't use them. So if they are not good for them and their families, they are good for who? For us. No, we have to refuse this. We are always accepting, mediocrity in Africa. So with this, I think there can be improvement in our countries because our countries' economies are sustained by poor or ordinary citizens' monies because we are the ones who are spending monies within our countries. So I think we have to march if we have to march and ask them to turn around our request to change the constitution as quick as they do for anything that benefits them. I know in Lesotho during COVID, there was a amendment or change in constitution when they needed 5,000 rands for transport or fuel, I don't know, but that was done within a week, if I'm not mistaken. So we know they have ability to overturn these things within short period of time. I think if we don't do anything different and we are still expecting our government officials and leaders to change things for us, while they are working for the systems that are not meant for us, the systems that are capitalism and imperialism based, which is profit based, and us Africans, we are more of community based people governed by the spirit of Ubuntu, where we need success for many. But when it comes to the governance systems, they don't help us to do so. So I'm saying this because I know as we may hate the Westerners wrongfully or rightfully so, but in their countries, they've got institutions, they've got policies and systems that work for their citizens. Like social policy here, social welfare. They subsidize people who are unemployed, which are not working, and that helps reduce crime because when people have nowhere to live and they don't know what tomorrow holds for them, that's what makes crime go high. Where I'm living in the UK, the cars are parked outside. We pack them on the street because it's a bit safer, because you don't have many people who are hungry to a point of breaking into your car. Yes, I'm not saying there are no incidents like that. But one thing they've done, their institutions and their systems, they work and they make sure they serve their people to the best of their abilities. The difference with them is that if there's a pot of money allocated, they would at least give their citizens 80 to 90% of that. The opposite is true when it comes to Africa. They take everything for themselves and they leave the citizens with nothing. So I'm just saying we should copy what works from the Westerners and then modify what used to work for our ancestors because they were not stupid. And see how we can make a hybrid of things that work for Africans, rather than waiting for the government and waiting for the Westerners to come to our rescue. It's time for us to rescue ourselves, Africans. And I mean, these things can be done if we can stop talking, rather put ideas together and follow them with actions and make sure they work. And if they are not working, find something else that can work for us. Otherwise, what we have been using or doing all these years is just to watch and accept. But it's high time. Let's change this. Let's change our lives. Let's change our countries. Let's change our continent. Thank you.